Nothing's on. Not a thing is on. But I'm on. Hi. Welcome to the Attitude Shift. You know what? When you catch us when we're not ready and the live button goes on, this is what you get. I'm Donna M. Butler. You just parked it on a Wednesday night, the best place you can to shift your attitude. And I couldn't do it without Siobhan Shaw. Siobhan, say hello while I make sure I don't have anything in my teeth. I was eating moments before we started.
Hello, Donna M. Butler. It's fine. It's good to see you because I haven't seen you for, 2 weeks? Last week our power was out. The week before your voice was out.
Yeah.
It has been a 2-week hiatus that we hadn't planned on. So it's good to see you and hear you. And I know we've been doing things over chat for the 2 weeks that we've been out. But,
right.
I miss your face sometimes.
Well, good. I'm having a crazy hair day, but it's all good. You're doing some really cool stuff. You have some things. Yeah, you are. You have some things going on. In your world.
I'm just helping a friend in her orchard, and it's really fun. I've got this little sort of rosy glow in my cheeks.
Yes, you do.
I'm really healthy, and I'm starting to get some abs.
That's that apple a day.
Apple a day keeps the doctor away.
That's right, and I need a couple apples actually. But it's good to see you too, darling. It is, and we're on the fly tonight because we just came up with a show topic. Not even 24 hours ago.
Oh yeah, this morning. So,
I know.
So and we haven't had a chance to do any research, but it's a topic that we know personally. It's an attitude that we felt. It's the rainy day attitude, and we've all felt under the weather and felt like we're drowning in a thunderstorm. That it's just pouring down on us. The things that are happening in our lives just keep pouring down. It's like somebody's got a bucket.
It's like the ice water challenge, without the fun.
That's right. So that we really wanted to talk about that because I think we see a lot of people that have this attitude, and it really does affect their everyday because they don't know how to shift out of it and how to shift their attitude away from sort of that maudlin feeling that you get when you have that rainy day feeling. So,
and how do you do that? And that's so funny because I've had the rainy day feeling where you just feel like, just like I said, it's just like it's constantly coming on you. You see a clearing in the way, there's a clearing. And just when you get there, another storm. How do you cope with that? And how do you put it in perspective? And as always, we use a car analogy for a lot of things. And that's what made me think about the rain. Because, nothing irritates me more is when I'm driving and I hit these rainstorms and everything around me seems to just go bad, from people hitting the brakes, from people crashing into my lane, for other people not knowing what to do, in the storm. And so that's what I came up with, because I was real irritated last week, and it just continued to go on and on from moving into the new house and not having it ready, from trying to debate to pay, notes in 2 houses, trying to take over a business that's been abandoned. There's just a bunch of things going on. And then entwine family, put the needs of your family in there. And either you're going to, have a meltdown, have a pity party, lock yourself in the room and avoid the rain, or you're going to do like what one of our Titanium Links coach always says, dance. Or you can just dance. You can go get out in the rain and dance in it. And sometimes that's hard to do. Well, that's hard to do sometimes because you want to stay in your moment. You want to stay mad at the world because it's raining, because the problems keep raining. You want to do that. So it's hard to shift. It really is. Just like it's hard sometimes to shift in the rain. For real, You have to be cautious. You have to be prepared. You have to know how to act quickly. If someone, jumps in front of you or comes into your lane or, puts a little bit more on you than you want, you have to know how to shift out of that. So how do we do that?
Well, you put on Singing in the Rain with Gene Kelly. and that'll make you feel better.
It sure will.
It sure will. I was just watching Dancing with the Stars last week. It's one of the only shows I get to watch. And Derek Huff, one of the professional dancers,
Right.
did a dance with his partner, and it was Singing in the Rain. And they had Gene Kelly's wife come to the rehearsal.
Oh, how cool.
His widow is, I don't know if he's passed or not.
Yeah,
I think he has. I don't know.
Someone will tell us.
Somebody will tell us. See, we didn't even research this. This is off the cuff, ladies and gentlemen. And I thought that that song always makes you feel good. And if you've ever seen the movie Singing in the Rain, you've seen Gene Kelly light footing around, or puddle jumping. I don't know what he does, but it's really cool. And so, maybe just put on a movie that makes you feel good. Not
That's
one of
great.
these sad romances, not one of these dramas where everybody's getting shot. None of that. Just put on a lighthearted show.
I have two movies guaranteed. When I say guaranteed to pull me out of a funk: Jim Carrey's Liar Liar and The Big Chill. And when I am in a certain mood, I turn the soundtrack in The Big Chill is amazing. And the storyline is great. And I just turn it up full blast. My family knows, kind of not necessarily stay out of my way, but knowing that, there's something, going on, and I need to take that time. And I do. Those two movies always put me in a different kind of zone. Jim Carrey, Liar Liar, I laugh through the entire movie. And so if you can't do that, dance, put a song in your head, think of a favorite song, a throwback song, a song that, you really like. But just like you said, none of the depressing, nothing that's going to add, fuel to the fire. Stay away from the soap operas, stay away from the Atlanta Housewives and all those beat me down shows when you're trying to snap out of, that funk, especially if it's anger. If you hate having anger problems, stay away from things that's going to add, that's just like the rain. Stay away from things that are just going to compound your attitude already.
You know what? Go for a walk in the rain. Even if it's not raining and you're having a rainy day attitude, go for a walk. Get out. Get the fresh air. It's amazing what fresh air does for you. Go to an orchard. Go walk around and pick apples. Go plan a corn roast. Do something interesting. Just go plan or do something for somebody else. There's a lot of seniors that are shut in. You think that you're having it bad.
That's great.
They've had this very independent life, and maybe somebody has just been basically put in a home. So go and lighten their life up, and stop crying about yours. Stop being like, oh, my life is so bad. Because you know what? You're living and breathing, and it really is up to you whether or not you enjoy your life. It's like in a thunderstorm, Donna. When you were talking earlier about a thunderstorm, all I could think of was you've got the rain pelting down on you. You've got the lightning, flashing all over you. And who's rolling through? It's the thunder. It keeps rolling through. It's just rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling. You be the thunder.
That's really good. That's very powerful. And that's what, what you've just did. You've just put it back into our hands. You've given us the power, and that's how we should roar through our problems. They may be harder, and you may have to do some extra thunder rolling, but that's exactly how you should hit it, And think about, like you said, in a storm, the rain, it's there, but what's more powerful than the lightning and the thunder? That's just amazing. It commands attention. And so when you're trying to get through this storm, why don't you think in the mindset just how powerful you are, and you can roll right through it.
Yeah, the thunder rolls with it. It just
does.
Pushing. It probably pushes the storm out of the way. You can imagine the thunder just rolling over and over, and it's like somebody's. If you ever thought of thunder as a bowling ball running down an alley.
That's
crashing into the pins. That's how I think of thunder. I think when I was a little kid, my mom told me that thunder was God playing
Mhm.
bowling.
Bowling.
He was bowling upstairs, right? He was
Mhm.
bowling up in
That's
heaven.
very
So
cute.
they were all having fun bowling. It was bowling night.
Mhm.
So just think of it that way.
And
You were
that
the
is
fun.
true. And once again, it's that awareness to try to catch yourself when you feel that you're starting to look around and say, "Oh no, still another problem." You know, "Oh
You could
no,
be. Sorry,
go
go on.
You know the phrase when you say "What next?" We've got to stop saying "What next?"
Oh, what next?
Yeah,
What
we've
could go
got to.
wrong
Yeah,
next?
because you know what? Every time you do that,
You'll get your
you're
answer.
just setting yourself up. You're just setting yourself up for saying, "This is what's next." And especially what you and I believe, as far as that universe and that energy that we attract, and what we try to share with all of our shifters, is that you attract that energy. And if that's all you're saying is why me, what's next, you know, the next thing you know, I'm going to do this, and it happens. Well, think about that. You could also take that same energy of crying and saying why me, and just like you said, go visit someone in a nursing home. Go I mean, there's things that you can do. You can roll your sleeve up and just about look anywhere that could use some help. So when you get to that point of saying what next, go figure out what's next.
Well, the other day on Friday, we had a little bit of a rainy day attitude because we had some news that didn't go our way.
Right. Yeah.
We didn't have a strike. we weren't playing we weren't doing well in our bowling games. So nobody knows about it because we actually haven't said anything on our Facebook page, but we put in 2 pitches for television shows for unscripted reality to the NYTV Festival and Lifetime Network. And
Mm-hmm.
last year we were in the semifinals with Living a Via Loca. It's basically a story about Donna's life.
I
And
know.
so exciting that we did 2 pitches this year, and we were so confident that they would get in that when we got the email that neither of them got in, I was I was the first one to go, I'm done with this. I'm just too much effort. It's too much work. And then I realized I was just really tired. I was tired, a little bit cranky. I was hungry, and I had to shift out of it. If it wasn't, it wasn't for you and Tara goes, well, what? We still have NBC out there, and we still have
And
all
we
these
have
other
another
opportunities.
opportunity. We have a
And
huge opportunity with another network. I mean, even bigger than, I mean, just huge. And I thought about, you know what? And it was so funny, Siobhan, because the 3 of us, for the first time in us all being together as, pitch partners, that we were silent.
yeah, it's actually
When I put the news up, I said there are no words, and I just left it there. And I think that was so we could have time to let the storm wash over us, dry, change our clothes, and be ready for what comes next.
your next
And
adventure. And we are, and we have 3 pitches. One is still in with NBC,
I
and we have
know.
another really cool idea that we haven't even put together yet. So we're not worried about ideas. We're not worried. We're just going to keep doing it because we love to pitch. We love creating, and we're just, we're excited to be able to do that. And I wish people could find that kind of passion in their life, because even though it's something that doesn't make us a dime, and none of us, we could really use a few dimes. That didn't sound right, did it? I'm not like a drug addict. I don't need a dime.
It didn't sound right at all. I just want you to know that.
But
I'll inbox you later on that one.
Yeah, I'm sure it's where was I?
Needing a dime.
I needed a dime. We need a dime, but we love what we do, and I know we're really good at it. And
Absolutely.
we did have somebody, a friend of ours, who's a Hollywood director, and he said to us once that he was never worried that we could come up with an idea.
and
he knew
he's
that.
absolutely right. He's absolutely right.
We
We do.
roll with that. So our attitude was a little, we had to shift our attitudes, and we realized that we have an abundance of talent. We have an abundance of ideas, and we're just going to keep pushing it. And there's three of us. There's the perfect pitch partners, as I call us. And you know, this time maybe I get to go to the United States, because these two pitches were all for Americans.
I know, right?
Maybe we didn't get in because they didn't like my Canada hat.
No,
I had my Canada hat on once.
You know, to be honest, and you know, I am gonna, you know, say exactly, even though they say, you know, there's just too many, you know, entries and too many people to go over each one individually. You know, you get that little line. I mean, I love what they've done with us. I've loved all the things I learned last year. Last year was really great being there. I look forward to, you know, doing it again. But one thing I did learn, I learned that when you're really doing what we do, you know, we really go after it. We put our heart and our soul in every pitch, everything, you know, from down to the wire, getting it in the mail. I mean, every bit of our souls went into what we were doing. I never once felt that we weren't good enough. I never once felt that those pitches were not good enough. I simply felt that we're either well ahead of our time,
yeah,
or we're just plain nuts. And
because
we're so nuts that people can't comprehend that, you know what, these are real people. These are real women. We go beyond the scope of their imagination. See, imagine, roll with me here. Thunder, thunder. But, you know, that's exactly what I never once doubted who we were or what we accomplished. And I just feel that we are well beyond our time, and we take people off guard. They don't expect it. And being authentic, sometimes, you know, you finish last sometimes when you're authentic. But that's okay, because there's always tomorrow.
Well, and there's always the next second, the next minute, that something can change. It can turn on a dime.
Exactly.
I'm in the money. I'm in the money tonight.
You're either into money or scoring drugs tonight. One or the other.
I'm into money.
I'm worried about that.
I found a toonie when I was walking last night. Was it last night? The night before? I never find a toonie. Now, for all of you in the United States.
I was going to say, what the heck is a toonie?
What the heck is a toonie? A toonie is a $2 coin.
Okay.
So we have a loonie, which is a $1 coin, and a toonie, which is a $2 coin, because we don't have bills anymore. So our bills start at $5.
Okay.
And so we have these kind of big coins, and one's a loonie and one's a toonie.
That's cool. Woo! So, you know, I'm a little bit loony
your
right
history
now.
Lesson in Canadian.
That's pretty good. Well, my mom used to say, find a penny, pick it up, put it in your pocket. It will bring you a luck. So,
well, we can't do that anymore, because we got rid of the penny in Canada, so, which is so strange, because you can't say that anymore. My mom used to say a pin, but I don't find pins around very often. It's not something, you know, people aren't sewing a lot on the street or anything like that. So I don't know how I'm going to find a pin. So
I know.
And so I was happy to find a loonie, and that brightened my day. Do you know what I mean? It's just.
I know.
What day was it? Was it NBC was going to announce all their contest winners or entrants, the people that they chose, on September 30th.
Right.
Well, by the end of the day on September 30th, we hadn't got an email, we hadn't got a call, so here we go again. Well, they mustn't like us. And so, oh, you're kidding me. And so we all got all bummed out. Tara drank a bunch of beer. I told her to drink some for me because I couldn't that night. And so we just kind of thought, well, there you go. I guess NBC can't handle us either. So guess what? The next morning, what happened, Donna?
The next morning, there was a letter in my inbox saying, hold on, we have so many wonderful entries that we're extending our voting till October 31st.
and that's Halloween. And I
Trick or
think it's
treat.
your anniversary, so you
That
might get a
is,
big
that
anniversary
is.
present.
And you know, but I expect nothing less for us. You know, I don't expect this journey to end without a shocking twist. I think we're going to end up far different than what we ever imagined. Um, but I think it's going to work exactly the way we've, you know, want it to work. It's just how can we teach anyone if we don't ever go through it? And I think that that's just the way that we have to learn this, is to be able to tell people, this is what we did. This is how we did it. Don't give up. Push, be thunder, roll, you know. I feel that that's why. I think if it's too easy for us, I think because of our personalities, if it's too easy for us, I don't know. I think if it's too easy, it's just not worth it to us. I think we like to work. I think we like to push. I think we like deadlines. I do. I think
I actually think the rainy day thing is rainy day attitudes are good if you have the right attitude.
that's it.
Like, does
That's
that make
it.
sense?
That makes 100%. That's what I was trying to say. That's exactly right.
Okay.
It just depends on how you look at it. We could have, just like you said, we could have just griped and we could have had the sour grapes. We could have just said a bunch of things, all our hard work, all this. But you know what? The work is there, and it's there, and we have something to show for what we've done. We have great pitches. We have great shows. These are great shows, and like I said, they will happen. I am
You know,
saying it today. They will happen.
and the rainy day thing is, you know, think about how cleansing the rain can be. Think about how you can go out and get naked and run around in the rain if you have some open space. Don't do it on the city street.
No, no, don't do that.
Please don't do that. But you
No.
can. I mean, if you really have the space, you go off and get naked and go dance in the rain. I mean, it may sound like crazy. It may sound off the wall, but if that's what you want to do, go do that. You know, turn your umbrella upside down.
Right,
Just
whatever. And catch the
let,
water.
that's right. That's right. And then drink it with some rye or scotch, something like that. I'm a little tired tonight.
Yes, but you know what? It's just like what you said. It's what you do with it. You know, we hear that same phrase, when you get lemons, make lemonade. You know, do this, do that. But the bottom line is, it's what you make of it. Like you said, turn that umbrella upside down, catch the water, and do something with it. You know, pour it in some plants. I don't know, do something, but don't sit and cry about it.
That's right. Make something grow. That's a good idea, Donna. Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't have to drink it with booze.
No, I wasn't even going there with you on that. That was all yours. I'm not even doing that with you. I'm not. I too am tired, but
So
never.
again, I don't know how many times I've said this on my Facebook page, how many times I've said this on the show. Go to bed with a good attitude. Go to bed thinking positive thoughts. Go to bed being grateful for things that happened in your day. And if you can't find any, you need
Something's
some
really
therapy.
wrong.
Yeah, you need some therapy. So
Tune into next week's show when we're talking about therapy. No,
no, but it's more than an attitude shift. So you need to
it
get
is.
yourself down to your doctor and get them to give you a referral to a psychotherapist or a psychiatrist. Because if you can't shift out of your rainy day attitude by coming up with at least one thing that you're grateful for in the day,
Absolutely.
then this show isn't for you. We can't help you. So
Yeah.
go get professional help. But it's really simple. Like, I have a comfortable bed to lie in. If that's all you
Absolutely.
can find that's good in your day, focus on that and go to sleep. And tomorrow the sun will come up. It may be raining again, but who cares?
Find
You
something
might
else.
you'll
Find
have a
something
better
else.
attitude. You'll find something else to be happy about, to be grateful for.
All you have to do is turn the television on. To be honest, turn the television on. Turn it on CNN. You'll find something that you could be happy for. Looking at the hell and the mess that's going around in this world today, you will find something. And if you don't, just like you said, you need to check yourself in somewhere, because there's so much more to us, to to life than just us. Yes, we tell you to be selfish. Yes, love yourself, spoil yourself, treat yourself. But whatever you do, don't drag yourself into that darkness. Don't drag yourself into that always anticipating the storm and relishing in it and telling everyone that you're drowning in it. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, if you get off on telling other people how bad your life is, give your head a shake. It's clouded thinking. That is clouded thinking. Just shake it, shake it, shake it. But really, I mean, it's you're being a martyr. If you're constantly, look what I had to do today. Nobody understands me. I work so hard.
I don't know. I just had for that. I think as a whole, we've got to pull harder and help somebody else. Just like how we try to do this, help somebody else. I mean, if you can't think of anything else to do for yourself, then go do it for somebody else. Guaranteed that there's someone out there that could surely use some help.
And you know what? If you need a good laugh, come and read our Facebook pages. Because usually somebody's saying something to make you laugh on my Facebook page, I know. For sure.
Yeah, you had a great question yesterday that if you were coming to your house, what would you want, someone to bring? And that was so cool. Cynthia, she said me.
If I came to your house for a visit, what would you like me to bring along?
That was really
hilarious.
Cool. I was going to say something, but several times I wanted to respond, but trying to be good.
So my friend EJ from Colorado, he teases me about being Canadian quite often. He said I should bring a case of beer, and a DVD of Strange Brew signed by the Mackenzie brothers. And some donuts, yowzer.
Donuts, yowzer.
Yowzer. That was funny.
That was a good question yesterday. That was good. And sometimes I'm just I stand by as a spectator just to see, what people say. And boy, sometimes you catch them at the right time when they feel like, playing with you, and they have a great time. And it's good. It's really good. And so you're right. If you get bored and you feel yourself in a funk, go to our pages, Siobhan Shaw, Donnie and Bullard, and you're going to maybe find more than you expected on our pages. But you'll get some laughs. Guaranteed, you will get some laughs.
So any attitudes in the news you want to cover quickly before we end it for tonight? Any specific attitudes?
Oh, yeah. Ooh, shock. Oh, my gosh. The actor from Seventh Heaven, Stephen Collins.
Yeah.
What the deuce, man.
What happened there?
He admitted in therapy session to molesting teenage girls, and one being his ex-wife's friend's daughter. And he admits this in 2012. Wife has a recorder there and records it and releases it in public knowledge of going through a nasty divorce. And shame on him, shame on her too, shame on the psychologist. This client privilege, and I'm looking for a show on that one day. We really need to do that. We need to spend an hour-long show on that client privilege when someone's a freaking lunatic, freaking molester, whatever. When is your duty to open your mouth and say, you know what, I'm going to the authorities? So attitudes in the news is now he's turned into this big, anyway, did it, and the wife is, well, I wanted to do this. I didn't want to come out and do this. And then finally a doctor that's just like, well, I don't have to, client privileges, whatever. So that's the attitudes of the news. All three of their attitudes suck. And I surely hope that, we can dig more into this client privilege thing, because I believe a lot less things could happen to people if people would just open their mouths and say, you know what, that dude is freaking crazy. He's going to be on top of a post office shooting everybody. You know, let's get real, people.
Yeah, isn't it by law? I don't know if it is for you guys, but a teacher, if they hear of any kind of abuse, they have to report it. So what's different about a psychologist?
Yeah, but you know what? That's it. What's different? It's we've taken certain parts of constitutions and certain laws and we've twisted them and manipulated them and moved them so much that we're now protecting the predators. And we're protecting them sometimes behind the big old Hollywood sign.
Well, we're going to go cruising for predators in our virtual red Corvette now. So we'll do that for the next 7 days, and we'll get back to you. And we may have caught a few by then, and we'll have some more attitudes to talk about. So it is time to put it in park, Donna M. Butler.
All right.
It's been nice riding with you, and we'll see you on the flip side.
We'll see you on the flip side, you guys. Thanks for watching. Go like us on the Attitude Shift on Facebook. We need to get those numbers going. Let's go, people. We know you're watching us. Like us. In the meantime, Siobhan Shaw, love you much. Peace out until next week.